how he appreciated Jackson obviously coming over and having his back there when Kristen and Luka were getting into it. You've talked about the team spirit and chemistry and all that. Do you see things like that as meaningful in an NBA season?
Yeah, I mean, we highlight that stuff to our guys all the time, whether it's celebrating a guy making a shot. We had a great clip from Milwaukee. Nick Smith makes a three. Maxey celebrating on the court. Our bench celebrations. Guy falls down after a foul. It happened tonight. Multiple guys running over to pick guys up. Again, we're not saying you have to do that. We're not saying those are not requirements, but that's typically guys show their cards and show their hands, whether or not they like each other. And you know, tonight was another example of that.
To be able to start a fourth quarter, you know, with players of kind of Reeves and LeBron's caliber and how well they play together, what did you see from that duo tonight, and how do you feel like that helped kind of stretch out the lead and put them away?
Thought tonight was a great game for all three of those guys. You know, Luka getting going early and establishing himself. LeBron and AR staying patient within that, being very efficient in that first half within that onslaught that Luka had, knowing that there's going to be adjustments made, knowing that there's going to be that stretch where he's off the floor. And then those guys, I thought that group to start the fourth quarter, and then when Jackson was out there with Luka, that execution offensively was high level. Jackson made multiple pocket decisions against the blitz. You know, every type of read you can make, you know, rim, corner cut, slot, like he was threw the lob to Rui. So it just a high level game from him.
Luka expressed some concern about the court afterwards with us, not aesthetically, but functionality-wise. He thought that it was leading to him slipping, other players slipping. Did you get any of that feedback throughout the game? And let's say, I think you'll be playing on the court on Friday and then potentially hosting a game here on that court. What can be done between now and those contests?
Yeah, I mean, we'll look at it. I noticed that guys were slipping, but I also noticed that guys were falling prior to that. So I don't know if the court, sometimes courts just don't dry well when there's condensation on it. I wish I had the White Goodman quote about sweating right now from dodgeball, but I don't. Otherwise, I'd use it. But yeah, we'll take a look at it.
Luka's career average against the Clippers is his best against any team in the West. Why do you think that is? What do you think's going into that? Because even when he made three-point shots, he was glaring back at their bench.
Well, every player has to have a career high against some team. You know, so I mean, you look at any NBA player, there's a team they have a career high average against. I don't know if there's an explanation for it or not.
When we spoke with Jackson this morning, he mentioned that you guys went tonight, not only you get to advance the knockout round, but you do guarantee the players guarantee themselves a certain amount of money of the prize pool. Whether it's as a broadcaster previously or as a coach now, how has your experience with the NBA, with this tournament, evolved or changed in terms of what it means for the league and what it can do for the players?
I really enjoyed it as a broadcaster, covering it, talking about it. Didn't get an opportunity to compete for the Cup last year, so we're excited. I mean, $53,000 is a lot of money. You know, it just is. So I'm sure there's some extra motivation. Coaches do get to split a share. I think the head coach might get a full share. I don't know. So it's motivation for sure.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Big three production on a night and a rebound shy of a 43-point triple-double. Austin Reeves, it felt quiet.
Yeah, at first.
But it finished strong, 31 and 9 himself. LBJ, 25, 6 and 6. Big Game, what's impressed you most about what you're seeing from them? I mean, this is just the third game back for LeBron, but as a unit.
Well, the ability for Luka to have a start like he did. You know, it was mostly Luka. And then to kind of evolve that into like LeBron coming in, kind of doing his thing and carrying his team, and the production that they're getting when they need it. Luka sit down, LeBron comes in. LeBron's out, Reeves. And Reed, they all get to the free throw line. It's just a high octane trio that they have right there.
For sure. I think the most impressive thing to me is that they haven't missed a beat. You know, everybody questioned, can LeBron James fit in? What is their chemistry going to look like, you know, with all three of them? And they look like they did just last year when Luka traded. Like, I didn't think it was going to work, but they worked it out pretty fine. And the fact that they can allow Luka to just be him and those other two guys still figure out ways to get theirs and also empower their teammates, I think that's the most impressive thing to me. So Luka starting off, he's the engine, he's head of snake, but him getting his 40 points and then Bron and Austin still looking like they're, you know, playing passive but affecting the game so many other ways and still ending up with 20 and 30 points, that's very impressive. And so LeBron's able to do that being the backseat player, which we have never seen yet, and being adaptive.
Tar Heels, the Hall of Famer, big game James
That's
Worthy,
right.
Yeah.
three-time champ himself, Danny Green, Trudell, and of course Geeter handling things downtown. Lakers make it 5 in a row. They beat the Clippers by 17, 135-118. Guys, biggest note, obviously, as they just discussed on the broadcast, they're undefeated in group play, which means they advance to the knockout round next week. Stay undefeated in West Group B. Look, big game. Lakers, Clippers, speaks for itself. You got the ejection at the end with just over 3 to play. We'll look at that from Chris Dunn. You add the cup intensity to it, as we all know. You talked about it downtown with Geeter. Role players, they've impressed you. They did their job tonight. Of course, the big three, they led their way. 99 of the Lakers, 135 points combined between the three of them. A good, solid win for the Lakers.
Yeah. Band of brothers, man. They're hanging in there together, doing it collectively. But what a start, though, by Luka, man. I mean, he lit the whole arena on fire with those threes. The Clippers, you remember all those years, how they used to dominate us for
It's
4
like
or
12
5
in a
years?
row.
We'd be sitting here like, they used to kick our butt. But, you know, I think now we have a team that can play, can match and defend. And I just thought the role players, as you mentioned, you know, Smart coming down, hitting some big shots, bringing his presence. Hayes stepping in for Aiden with his energy, his rebound, and, you know, I just thought collectively, and then LeBron coming in, you know, just kind of seeing what's needed and getting the job done. Of course, we talk about Austin Reeves all the time, but I just think collectively they answered the bell when the Clippers made their charge, and they took care of business in the third and fourth quarter, and here we are, talking about the victory.
Yeah, the big three was big three tonight, the new generation would say. They played really well. I think they shot from 3 very well. That was something they had been struggling in the past few games for sure, and during the season. That was their weakness. And if you got guys like Marcus Smart knocking down threes, but also Bron pulling up from 3 in transition, Luka 5 for 5 to start the game. Austin looked like he had a quiet night. Then that fourth quarter, that second half, he exploded. He got a little angry because they didn't call that goaltend. So yeah, different guys exploded different moments that gave them a boost. But